All right. Hello, fifth grade. So, we are going to start today's lesson. Today's lesson is talking about types of payments. Now, we've been talking about banking, savings accounts, checking accounts. You guys learn how to write checks, how to deposit checks, how to keep track of our money. We'll have some more practice with that. Today, we're going to talk about types of payments and a little bit more about credit. Okay. Again, really important to know this because you need to do this at BizTown. So, first things first, if you guys want to go ahead and turn to page 35 in your book, we're going to be going over pages 35, 36, 37. So, we're going to follow along with me and then we'll work on page 38 together. Okay, so again, we're going to talk about different types of payments, how they come in, how they could go out, what's good about them, what's bad about them. Okay, so first, we're going to do a quick little activity. Stand up if you've ever been shopping, grocery shopping, shoe shopping, stand up. Okay, now sit down if you've bought something with your own money, whether it was $1, $10, but it was your own money. All right, sit down if you've ever paid anything with cash. It could have been mom told me to put $20 on gas pump number two. You paid the man with cash. Stand if you've ever traded goods or services to get something you wanted. Maybe you said, Mom, can I have $20 for whatever? And you said, I'll take the trash out this whole week. Right? You trade a service, you're bargaining. Sit if an adult has bought something for you using their card. So any adult in your life, they used a card to buy something for you. Sit if you've ever seen someone pay using their phone. Stand if you've seen someone buy something using a computer, whether it's at home or in a store, a computer. Sit if you plan to shop at the BizTown, whichever right now is going to be sitting because you're all going to want to go shopping there. Okay. So of course we're going to talk about like the different ways again you could buy things, pay for things, right? So moving on, what are some ways people could put money into a bank account? We talked about you could deposit a check. I could do a direct deposit. I don't have to go to my bank to put in my check. It just automatically sends it from my work, right? Someone could put cash. I could go into the bank and give them cash. They could put it into my account. There's so many ways. Nowadays, man, we're gonna talk about you can do it on your phone. I could just transfer money. Someone could Venmo me money, cash out me money, right? Okay, so we're gonna talk about the different payment methods. Again, 35, 36, 37 is what I'm going to be going over. If you guys want to turn to page 38 and 39, you could start filling out your pros and cons chart as we go over these payment types. So there's good and bad when it comes to these different types of payments, right? So if you look at cash, for example, what's good about having cash? Well, everywhere accepts cash, right? It's easy to use, fits in your pocket. You know, you only got $20, so you can't spend any more than what you have, right? What's bad about it? If it gets lost or stolen, it can't really replace it. And it's hard to keep track. Like I could spend $20, maybe $50 somewhere else, maybe $80. I get home and I'm like, where did all my cash go? I could forget because I wasn't keeping track of where I spent all my cash, right? Okay, a check. Obviously, it's easy because it's easy to track your spending. I literally write on my check what that was for. So I could go back and be like, oh, yeah, it's easy to keep track of it, right? Bad thing about checks, they're so outdated nowadays. A lot of people don't use them. A lot of people won't accept them. You have to carry it with you, right? So checks are sort of going out of style, okay? Credit card. Now pay attention because there's a difference between credit card and a debit card. So first we're going to talk about is a credit card. A credit card is like if I don't have money to buy something. So again, say my I got in a car accident, my car got wrecked, and I need to pay to fix it. It costs $10,000. I'm like, I don't got $10,000. I'm gonna put on a credit card, right? Now here's the thing. It will pay it for me, right? But I'm gonna have to pay it back. If I don't pay it back right the whole 10,000, it's gonna charge me every month I don't pay it and charge me extra. And I'm gonna show you that as we go further on in this lesson. Obviously, pro about it is it's nice, it's easy to have around, it's convenient, but again, I have to pay extra fees. I have to pay extra money if I don't pay on top of it. So, not the best, especially when people don't understand how to keep track of their money. A lot of people could get into some bad debt because they put everything on credit. It's easy to use, but you're not really keeping track of, can you even pay that off? Can you even afford that? Okay. A debit card comes straight from your checking account. So my debit card hooks right to my checking account. I got to buy gas, I use my debit card. I want to buy a pair of shoes, I use my debit card, right? I want to buy something online, I type in my debit card number. If I don't have it in my account, it's going to deny, I'm going to get declined, right? Okay. So obviously it's easy to use, but it's also easy, just like a credit card, to get stolen. So what I mean, not like they physically take it, but people will try to find a way to take the numbers. They'll excuse me, they'll get my card information, right? You know, people could put skimmers on things. And unfortunately, that's how a lot of people can steal information. And that information is linked to all of my stuff, right? So that could be scary with it. All right, other ways you can make payments. An EBT. So EBT is if I have a card where I could get government benefits, right? This is, I'm eligible to buy food, right? I'm in a situation where I need help and the government says, I'll help you. What's good about it? It's easy to use, buy food with it, right? What's a disadvantage is, one, there's rules on what I can't buy and can't buy, and there's only so much money on there, right? Electronic payment. Now, this is what like is what the generations are coming to, right? When I was y'all's age, no such thing. We barely even had cell phones. That sounds like I'm really old, but no such thing as what you can pay with your phone. But yeah, it's nice. I don't have to carry cash. I don't have to carry anything around. I could just get my phone out. I can have Apple Pay. I could get my phone. I can Venmo someone. I could Cash App someone. It's just all within there. I could just pay my bills on my phone. It's crazy. Again, disadvantage, because all that information is on my phone, it's easy for someone to hack and get all of my information. So really make sure you have those websites locked down and it's secured. A gift card, we all love gift cards. Obviously, easy to use, right? It has cash. Obviously, what's bad about it? It sounds like what's bad about a gift card, but like it's not like you could use a Walmart gift card at Love's gas station. You can't do that, right? So that could be a disadvantage. You lose it, you can't get it back. Your name's not on it. Same thing with a prepaid card. Your name's not on it. You lose it. You can't get it back. What's good about it is it's just like sort of like a debit card where there's only so much money put on it, but you can pay stuff online with it if you have your card number. Okay. So again, go over page 38 and 39. I'm going to move forward. If you didn't finish 38 and 39, the pros and cons, when we get done with this lesson, go back, work with the partner, and figure out like what's good, what's bad about those different types of payments. Okay. All right, moving on. So, an electronic payment. This is where I have linked. So, I have linked direct deposit. So, when I get paid for Chick-fil-A schools, it just sends it to my bank, right? I don't have to do anything. It just sends it to my bank. I also have it linked where if I got to pay my bills, it takes it from my bank and sends it to where it needs to pay. So, I got to pay my electric bill. I don't have to go into the business to pay it. My bank sends it to that business. So, that's an electronic payment. Right now, again, I better be keeping track of it all, but I don't physically have to do anything. All right, we're going to quickly go through this. Some of them fit, some of them don't. If they don't fit, it's going to deny me, right? So let's talk about cash. What are some characteristics of cash? Obviously, it's paper. Is my name on it? Of course not. I can buy things with it, right? Okay, moving on. A check, it's paper. I can buy things with it. Is my name on it? Yes, which is why I got to be very careful, making sure no one has that information that shouldn't be having it. Okay. A credit card, obviously it's plastic. You can buy what you want with it. Can you go on a computer on your phone and make payments? Yes, you can. You should make payments because if not, that's when you get in crazy debt. Is your name on it? Yes, it is. That's why you want to make sure no one has that information. Debit card, plastic, buy what you want. You don't make payments because it's what's in your account. If it's not in your account, you're not going to be able to buy it. You're going to get a big fat, it's been denied, right? Obviously, your name's on it, protect it. An EBT card, yes, it's plastic, buy what you want. Is your name on it? Yes, it's specific people have those cards. You don't make payments on it. Electronic payment, well, it's neither, right? You can buy what you want. Can you make payments? Yeah, it's nice and easy. Is your name on it? Well, no, it's your phone, right? Gift cards, plastic, buy what you want. Is your name on it? No. Prepaid card is plastic, buy what you want. Is your name on it? No. Okay, so again, just shows you like the different types of ways you can make payment. Scarcity means like there's limited resources. So back when COVID was huge, right? 2020, everyone's like, oh my gosh, all the toilet paper's gone. Oh my gosh. There was like no more toilet paper. People were buying toilet paper like crazy. Toilet paper became scarce, right? Just like when you think about money. If you don't have enough money in your account and you're like, I have to buy groceries, but I really want that pair of shoes. Well, what should you do? Money's scarce. You should buy groceries, right? So it's just starting to think about like what you have and what you need. Okay. We talked about credit, debit cards, talked about all those. Electronic payment, I told you, is it comes out of my account, it pays off what I need it to pay. It automatically does it. Now I better have that money in my account, but it automatically does it. Okay, PIN number. All these cards, credit cards, debit cards, right? Some prepaid cards, you've got to have PIN numbers, right? So if I lose my card, unfortunately, someone can still take my information, maybe go online and order stuff. That's why if I ever lose my card, I quickly call my bank, cancel that card, right? Cancel it, they can't use it. But when I go somewhere, I have to put in a PIN number. Don't let anyone know that PIN number, right? If they know that PIN number, then you're giving them the right to have access to whatever is in your account. Don't tell people that information. Okay. Again, you have a right to do what you want, how you want to make payments. The bank can't tell you, no, you can't buy that, you can't do that. Like that's your right. You want to buy it, buy it. Is it smart? That's on you. Okay. Okay, so again, knocked up that pros and cons chart. We're gonna move on. Move on. Sorry, we're not doing that. Move on. Okay, let's go ahead and go through these. You guys tell me thumbs up or thumbs down. Debit cards are a convenient way to pay because you don't have to carry cash or take time to write a check. Yeah, nice and easy, right? You should tell everyone your PIN number. That's a big fat no. Debit cards, okay, so debit cards comes from my checking account. It's a buy now, pay now. So you better have enough in your account, right? That's a for sure. Because if you don't have money in your debit card in your account and you use your debit, it's going to decline you. The bank is going to keep track of all your purchases for you when you use a debit card. No, they don't. That's why a lot of times people use their debit card and they forget what they've used it for. Then they use it again and they're declined. What? Yeah, because you used it here, here, here. You didn't keep track of it. Okay, so always know what goes in and what comes out of your accounts. The bank tells you what you can and can't use to make payments. No, they can't tell you that, right? If you spend more money than it is in your account, the bank's going to charge you a fee. Yes, they are. Yes, they will. If I spend $10 and I only got $5 in there, the bank's going to be like, okay, we'll pay it, but now you owe us this much money. Okay, so be smart because sometimes you're paying a lot more than what you just bought. When using a credit card, you're going to be charged interest if the balance is not paid within 30 days. Credit card. Yes, you are. What that means is you have a month to pay off whatever you charge. So say I had a flat tire, it cost me $80. I don't have $80. I had to put on my credit. Well, I have 1 month to pay $80. If I don't pay it within that month, right, next month, I'm going to have to pay extra interest. Okay. That's why it's so important. Don't put stuff on credit unless you really have to and get that paid off as much as possible because you're going to end up paying a lot more. And I'm going to show you an example here in a second. When people use debit cards and make electronic payments, they write checks. The amount of money in their checking account, that means it's reduced. Well, yeah, you take money out of your account. Yeah, of course it's going to go down. A savings account is useful for times when you have an unexpected cost. Yeah, we told you savings accounts should be for your future wants, needs, or emergency funds. Okay. That's how you build it to grow. Scarcity means no one has enough resources for everything they want and they have to make choices. Yeah. Should you have bought those shoes or should you have paid your electric bill? You start thinking about that stuff, right? Okay. We're going to go ahead and move on. Okay. So in your book, page 42 and 43 gives you examples. You guys could work on this in a second, but I'm going to show you guys like actual calculations, right? So if you guys keep looking up here at my screen, so here's some calculators, right? So this is like, I want to show you guys like, if you actually put money in a savings account, how much you could actually build, right? So again, look up here. So Say I'm going to open a savings account and I'm going to put $20 in there. Okay. Every month I'm going to put $10. So I started with 20 and then every month I put $10 in that account. And I'm going to do that, say for, let's say 5 years. My rate's 0.9%. Okay. If you look over here, so I put $20 in my account, $10 a month after that. And I did that for 5 years. That's all I did. 5 years. I just put $10 in the account. I now have $634. Now you might be like, well, yeah, most of that was yours. You're right. The bank still just gave me $14.33. Now you might be like, what? That's not that much, right? Well, say you do this for the next 20 years. Now look, the bank literally gave me $231 free just for keeping my money in there. Say I'm like, you know what? I could put more than $10 a month in there. I'm going to put $50 a month in there. Now look what the bank gave me. Yeah, the majority of this is my money. I put $12,000 in the bank over 20 years. The bank gave me, if you look up here, $1,141 just for keeping my money in the bank. So this shows you like, man, I could end up putting $100 a month in my account. Maybe I started with $100 a month. Again, 20 years. Look how much money extra they put in there for me. So this just shows you why it's important to save money, because it builds. This is where it builds and you get more money out of it. Now let me show you the downside. Okay, so credit. Say I need to buy something and I don't have the money for it. I put it on credit. So I'm going to say I got in a car wreck, right? And I had to go to the shop and they told me it's going to cost me $2,000. I'm like, oh, I don't have that, but I need my car to go to work. I'm going to have to put it on credit. Okay. So usually 21%, I know this is over some of y'all's heads, but this is usually the rates now. When you put things on credit card, they're usually going to charge you 21%. Okay, so I'll keep it there. I'm only going to be able to make $50 a month. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't just pay $2,000 in 30 days. Like I can only pay $50 a month. Okay. So when I say I'm going to do that, that $2,000, right, that I use credit for, I paid $50 a month. It's going to take me 70 months just to pay off that $2,000. 70 months. 70 months. Okay, I'm putting $50 to make that payment. Look how much extra I paid. So if you guys look right here, I only took $2,000 out, right? I for sure paid that. I also paid an extra $1,470. You say, what's that for? I paid the credit card company for letting me borrow their money. So that $2,000 I borrowed, I literally almost doubled it, giving it back to them, right? That's why it's so important. If I'm like, man, I got to do it, I got to use credit. If I could pay even $100 a month, right? Look at the difference it made. So me saying I could pay $100 a month, it's only going to take me almost a little over 2 years to pay compared to 70 months, which is over 5 years. And I only paid an extra $483. Still, that's $483 that I'm giving away, but it's way better than that $1,400. So that just shows you like how much money you put on a balance, how much you can put towards it to pay it off. It makes a big difference on how much extra you're going to pay, right? So this just shows you like why it's so important. One, okay, on this scenario, to have a savings account and why you want to build it, because it gives you money. And two, why it's so important to be smart when you're using a credit card, right? Because you end up paying more than what you borrowed, okay? So again, really, really, really interesting when you look at the numbers. Page 42 and 43, if you want to go and work on those yourself, you can. That's pretty much what I just talked to you guys about. All right, let's see. Okay, page 44 and 45. Again, this is extra time. When I stop this video, go ahead and work on page 44 and 45, especially those of you guys who weren't here to get this presentation. You need to know how to write a check. You need to know how to fill out a check, right? So it's going to ask you questions like whose name's on the checking account, who wrote and signed this check. Go through, right, and work on it with the partner, work on it, and we will stop here in a second with your class and go through the answers together, okay? So again, the whole point of this lesson, knowing the different types of ways to make payments and understanding credit, right? Understanding just because you charged it doesn't mean, oh, I got it for free. No, you have to pay that back. And if you don't pay it back in a certain amount of time, you pay a lot more back for what? Right? So be really smart with that. Again, right now, I want you guys really working on 44 and 45. Okay. Because you really need to understand how to write a check and understand everything about it. So raise your hand if you have any questions. Let us help you. Go back to the other pages we worked on and fill out anything you might have missed. And be ready because in a couple lessons, you're going to find out your BizTown job.